Hey guys, what's going on? Just taking care of a couple things here. Hey, welcome back. Let me see. Hold on a minute. Oh, I totally got rid of it. Anyways, like I said, welcome back, CPM Zone. Today is Wednesday, and if you saw from the title, we're gonna talk about something that if you this is for those of you that are thinking about going into management or project management, especially at a construction company, like because that's what we talk about here, construction stuff. So, um, one major thing if you're just getting started, well, and it's not just in project management, but I guess kind of in construction in general. I don't want to put you off because this really is a great industry. I mean, like I've said before, I love doing this. And being in construction, being the project manager, and being able to go out on the project sites and you kind of pretty much take it all in. I love the fact that we're building things, we're advancing. We're providing the housing. Well, the housing, we're providing the structure that is going to house the next development in medicine, the next achievement in physics, or whatever you want to do, whatever it is that you guys are doing. The next stadium that's going to house the football team, a soccer stadium, whatever. The point is, we're out there, we're building, we're making people's lives better one way or another, for the most part, actually. But anyways, so when you get started, the biggest thing that you kind of have to, the hurdle that you have to get over is pretty much remembering that shit rolls downhill. When you come in fresh out of school, or if you're getting into the construction industry, whether you're an apprentice or you're just getting started, you just gotta, that's just a fact of life in construction. When you first come in, unless you're coming into a firm as a senior project manager or someone with a lot of experience already, but if you're fresh out of school and you're just getting started as a project manager, or you join a construction company to learn as an apprentice, you're the one going to be doing a lot of the little bullshit stuff that they want done either around the office or on the job site until you get more experience. And that's just a fact of the industry. So don't be surprised as a project engineer or a project manager, fresh out of school, if you come in and the other project managers or the project engineers, hey, we need a measurement. We need some measurements. We need you to go out, take some pictures of this or that. But here's the main thing. You need to, when you get started, you need to set your ego aside. You have to look at it this way. It's not that they're picking on you. It's not that just because you're the youngest one there or you're the freshest one there that they're trying to pick on you. See it as an opportunity to learn. See what they're doing. What are they asking you for? And this way you can think about that in the future on your projects so that you don't go back to the office and sit down at your office and when you start looking at things and you're going to either do an estimate for a change order or you're looking at plans and you're looking at something, go, fuck, I forgot to get that damn measurement. I'm missing a measurement. Or I really needed that measurement and I totally forgot to get it. And this is why they send out the youngest guy or, like I said, the newest guy into the industry to go get it. Now, if you're out in the field and you're the bottom of the totem pole, you got to face it. Before you start really learning things, you're probably going to be sent to pick things up, pick up trash, make sure the guys have what they need, get them the supplies that they need, bring them to them. But same thing. You can't just, after a day or a week or even a month, you can't just give up and say, man, this sucks. I'm going to go find something else to do. If you really do like the industry, if you want to be in the industry, and as a matter of fact, yes, if you just want to be in the industry, when you're on the job site, when you're out in the field, you're going to have to develop a thick skin. It's not to say that you have to be an asshole all the time. It's like when I went into it, I mean, generally, I'm a really nice guy. And when I went into it, I was nice. Well, I shouldn't say I was nice, but I developed a thick skin. And then I started not letting things bother me. When people say, God, you're a fucking idiot. Okay. Well, then I'll take that and go, what can I do to make them look like an idiot without yelling at them, without doing anything malicious? You know, figure out a way to bring something up that maybe, they didn't know, or just to show your knowledge of the job or the project is a little more than what theirs was, you know? And if someone's yelling at you and being a total asshole, kill them with kindness. If you don't raise your voice and you just keep calm and answer their questions, or, when they're yelling at you and things like that, just answer them in a very calm manner. Just don't let it bother you. Trust me, it'll piss them the fuck off, guys. All right? A lot of times, or after a few times, maybe they'll turn around and be like, you know what? I can't get to this guy. So fuck it. Let's ask nicely. Sometimes it works. Sometimes they'll actually leave the job. They'll get themselves kicked off the job. That's another thing. You kind of sometimes have to let these people, kind of hang themselves with their own words, When they go out there and they start saying stuff and just kind of let their stupidity take over. Just let them keep talking. Trust me, eventually they'll get themselves either kicked out or fired. It's happened. I know. But anyways, back to being at the bottom of the totem pole. Like I said, shit rolls downhill. Don't be surprised if you're the one getting in the truck and having to go pick up more materials for the guys, whether it's 2x, whether it's metal studs, screws, more tape, more joint compound, more mud. Shit, we forgot. We need another sack of we're sacking the concrete. We need a sack of clean virgin sand. You're right. Let me tell you this. If someone needs sand for a concrete purpose, do not buy industrial sand. It's not the same. Trust me. I made this mistake once. Oh man, I got an earful. But then again, I didn't know. Once again, it's a learning opportunity. All right, guys? That's what you have to really think about when you go into the industry. Don't let it get you down. Take it as a learning opportunity and turn it around. I won't make that same mistake twice. Similarly, as an incoming project engineer fresh out of school, you're the one that's going to be sent to get photos, to maybe get measurements. Go check on a sub. All we need to know is that he's there. The superintendent, for whatever reason, isn't there. They can't get a hold of him, or for some type of inspection or something. You need to go take pictures or document things. They're going to send you. Once again, take it as a learning opportunity. Now you know what you might forget or what might be forgotten had you not had that experience. Make sure you take all the pictures. You can make sure that you look at everything. Make sure that you know your project inside and out, so that when you're looking at something, you don't have to constantly be going back to the plans. Learn how to use all the different tools that they might send you out to the job site. Shit. I'm sitting right here. Technically, it's just my room. It's not even an office, but this is what I use as an office. And look at this, under my desk, fucking tape measure, man. I got tools laying all over the goddamn place, because it's convenient. Back there, I got my little stud finder just stuck to the little metal part over there. I always know where it is. But you have to learn how to use the things. You might have a laser measuring device. Actually, mine's in my backpack. It's not anywhere near here. It's over in the garage. But that's my go bag. I've got a small torpedo level, just kind of because. And I have a 2 foot level that I usually carry around. Usually in my truck I have a 6 foot level. But like I said, in my backpack I carry the torpedo level. I carry the 2 foot level. The laser measuring device, as well as another tape measure. I got a 100-foot tape measure in the event, something really long, or a house for any reason, whatever, I got that. Obviously, the usual. I got a notebook. Usually it's a spiral bound notebook. And then I also have a 3-ring binder that has some other pertinent information in there. I've got dailies. There's all kind of shit I carry in my backpack. But that's so that I make sure, I try to make sure that I have everything I might need while I'm on a site, so that I don't forget things. I got my camera. We all have phones. We all have, our fucking camera phones and shit. You can take pictures with this and then figure out, either email them to yourself or If you have your cable, whether it's an Apple or it's an Android, so you hook it up to your computer, those kind of things. But just remember, don't be discouraged if you're the one being sent out. If it seems like they're picking on you, especially like when I started, I had no education as far as what it meant to be, a project engineer. But of course, when I started at the general contractor company, it wasn't a big company. It wasn't really a medium company. It was more of a mom and pop shop. But we did multi-million-dollar projects. Literally, it was the president, or the owner slash president slash CEO slash head superintendent, whatever you want, the husband, and then the wife was the office manager slash senior project manager slash, at that point, was the project engineer. And then there was me. When I showed up, pretty much the project engineer part went to me, and not to, I pulled it away from her once I learned enough. And then I kept learning as I went. And then after that, let's see. And then there was the lady who did the books, who answered the phones and started learning things. And then technically she became the office manager. So it freed up, our boss, the wife, to kind of concentrate a little more on projects and things, while actually more concentrating on teaching me how to do more of her job, so I can take that burden off of her, which is the ultimate goal of the husband. Actually, the ultimate goal. Later on, I found out. Let's see, how long did I work there? I worked there for about 8 years. Come to find out, they actually were planning to give me the company, but at that time, I didn't feel like I was ready. I didn't feel like I was ready to just take the reins over the entire thing. There was plenty I needed to learn. I knew about, kind of knew stuff about financing, but I didn't feel comfortable enough to take it. And they said, we'll stick around and, we'll teach you and stuff. And I just didn't feel comfortable enough to be trusted with everything that they've built. I'm sure I would have done an okay job, but I don't know. I just didn't feel like taking it. But anyways, when I got there, I was like, oh, right, a project engineer. Well, what does a project engineer do? And pretty much after they described me, I was more of, at the beginning when I started, I was more of a paper pusher than anything. Filled out, did submittals, called subcontractors. As I went on, got a little more, turned in bids. And then I started helping with the estimates for the bids, started getting more involved. I sent out the invitation of bids and yada, yada, yada. Like I said, shit rolls downhill. This is all stuff that she would take care of before I got there. But once they taught me, and I took it upon myself where I could do that, where I was looking for projects to bid sometimes, even though I had 2-3 projects on my plate. Usually, like in the mornings, I would get into the office 15-20 minutes early, get in there, turn on the computer, go online, and whenever we got the Dodge report or the ENR, things like that, I would go through it. And hell, even the newspapers sometimes, or magazines that we got, the Dodge report and things like that. Start going through them and see what can we bid, what's in the area. Go to the different municipalities that were around us, the different cities, and also the county and other counties, to see what was going on and see if they had anything up for bid. So that I tried to usually do that on a daily, but sometimes it would lag 2 or 3 days because of all the other work I had to do. So also being at the bottom of the totem pole meant when the guys needed materials, that was my job. I would get the phone call. And for all of you that are already project managers, sometimes you'll have a superintendent that kind of is his own whirlwind. When he starts going off, hey, I need this, I need that. And you're like, okay, well, what is this for? Where are we going to allocate this? Said, oh, well, so-and-so came and now we need to, do this change order, where I have to ask them and say, you do realize that this is not an approved change order. I can't do this. I can't get you those materials until I have an approved change order. So at the very beginning, I didn't know this. So I would hop in the truck and go get materials for him and have them there in the morning. And then I get, a million questions about why from the owner, from my bosses. So moral of the story there is, if you know that someone kind of takes you on a whirlwind with them, you kind of need to take, slow down, take a deep breath. Where is this going? What are we doing here? Okay. So, but like I said, when shit rolls downhill, you might even be blamed for some of this stuff. Don't take it personal, just kind of, just everything should be a learning opportunity for you. All right. Hold on, guys. Quick break here. All right, guys. Sorry about that, real quick. So, where was I? Yes. So you're going to be the one going out and getting the guys' materials and stuff like that. Like I said, that's what I was doing. I was learning to be learning to be a project engineer. With the submittals, dealing with subcontractors, dealing with the superintendent, sometimes dealing with the employees. Learning how to go out to the job site, what to look for, make sure the guys are, or make sure the framing's going up right, the concrete, if we're doing it, or or we have a sub doing it, checking the schedule, thing like that. And when I was learning, I thought, okay, cool, I'm learning to be a project engineer. Little did I know that actually they were grooming me to be the project manager to take over the company. I had no idea that was their ultimate plan, because my plan was to become a structural engineer, and this was a job that I was going to take while I was in school, so I started off part-time. But of course, I liked it so much that I quit school in order to become, then I figured out I wanted to be a project manager. And like I said, little did I know, I was already on that path. So, I had to go get materials, now, if you see what other project managers, or if you see any other videos about, a day in the life of a project manager or a project engineer, things like that, you'll see that they have long days, very long days. Usually you should be compensated very well for your job. Excuse me. But the company that I worked for, and actually subsequent companies I had worked for, were actually more in tune on providing a work-life balance. So when I first started with this company, they said specifically, when the hours that we have for you, we want you to keep those hours as much as possible. So when the time comes, if you finish something up, like if there's no time for you to finish something once you start it, towards the end of the day, either find something to fill the time, don't start that task. So then when the time comes to go home, you go home. They were all about, it's not so much no overtime, but to be able to go home, relax, enjoy family, things like that. They're like, once you go home, you're done. Go home. Don't think about work. Don't get on the computer, answer emails, things like that. Just go home, and relax, which I appreciated very much. And at my next employer, they actually did pretty much the same thing. It was, we came in, we did our job, out, boom, that's it, we're done. Now, there were times when, like I said, because of materials, that since we had our own pretty much delivery truck, it was kind of like a flatbed that they converted into more of a dump truck. So anyways, I sometimes was at the office by 5 so that I can be at the material yard by 5:30 when they open, so that I can get loaded up and show up and drive and show up at the project site by 7 a.m., which is usually what time the guys started. So I had days when I was there literally at work for 11 hours. But it wasn't the case all the time, like I said. But that was because I was the youngest one. I was the one that was learning. I'm the one at the bottom of the totem pole as far as all the project management stuff went. So be ready for that. Now, you might not actually be going out to pick up materials as much as I was, things like that. But like I said, it kind of depends on, excuse me real quick. Oh, nothing important. Okay. So just bear that in mind. Don't get discouraged. Please. If you think you're going to enjoy it, give it some time. Don't just give up after a month. You should, to be honest, the best advice is to talk to the project managers and say, when you first started, how long did this go on for? Are there projects coming down? Are there projects down the line that are coming up that you think they'll hand over, that I can project manage and things like that, or project engineer for those projects, or even ask the boss, things like that, so that you can get a feel for how long you're going to be doing stuff like this. Because I guarantee you, it's not going to be all the time. Just because you're the bottom of the totem pole doesn't mean that you're going to be doing this all the time. There's going to be that point where you've got enough experience, they trust you enough to give you projects, and you're not going to be doing all that stuff. They'll find someone else that they can actually pay less to go pick up that stuff. And like always, in any time when you go into a new industry, or you go into and start talking about stuff that you're not 100% sure of, ask questions, you guys. When somebody tells you, I need some mud, I need you to go get me some mud. Okay. And you show up to the supply house and look, and okay, I need to get a box of mud, or 10 boxes of mud. And they're going to ask you, well, do you want the red dot or you want the green dot? You want the actual mud? Do you want the powder? Do you want this? Do you want that? They have the blue mud. It's a whirlwind. Then you end up calling and this and that. They're going to help someone else while you're trying to figure out what you need, things like that. So just always ask, if like that. If you don't know what mud is, it's, it's joint compound. But then they have, they come in the boxes. It's already pre-mixed. It's already wet. That is like that. They usually have it in the green dot, the red dot. I don't think they have it in the blue. No, what do they have? They have green and red dot. I want to say they have something else, and I can't remember exactly which one it was. But also say they want some hot mud. What's hot mud? Ask. And there's different types of hot mud. There's 5 minute, there's 10 minute, there's 20 minute. And I think there's something else. I can't remember now. But ask. If you don't know, ask. And of course, for those of you coming up already that are already working as, a project engineer, or, in the general contractor setting of learning to become a project manager, ask. Even then, doesn't matter. If you're not sure what it is, ask. But what you do need to keep in mind is that once you find out, you shouldn't have to do that again. Next time you should be able to remember when they say, I need a bag of hot mud. Okay, well, a bag of hot mud, I know that means that it's dry. Is it the powder one? Now, which one do you want? Do you want the 5 minute, the 10 minute, the 15, the 20 minute? Which one would you like? So then now, the next time you go, or when you go to pick this up, you're not standing there at the counter going, shit, I don't know which one he wanted. I know it's hot mud, but I don't remember which color he wanted, or what set time he wanted. So this will, like I said, you turn it into a learning opportunity so that you don't make the same mistake again. Which, of course, in this case is not a mistake really because you didn't know the first time, but the next subsequent times you should remember. This is something that, for efficiency standards, and so that you don't look like a total dumbass the second, third, fourth time when you take off. Okay, we need how much? Okay, and you jump in the, in the truck and you take off. Well, what kind did they need? And how much? Obviously, they probably tell you, I need 5 bags of this, or I need a bag of that. So, and you learn to kind of bundle things together. Okay, it's like, when do you need this? Oh well, I guess I can take it tomorrow. All right. So what you want to do, especially if they tell you early, you keep that list so that towards the end of the day you can actually, or closer to the end of the day, maybe even you can call the material house and ask them, or order all that stuff so it's ready for you. You can, one of two things, pick it up then, or you can pick it up in the morning and have it for them the next day. So these are all these little things that you go and you start learning along the way so that you don't make the same mistake, and you start to learn to become more efficient and calm down. Okay, that's the biggest thing. Don't get sucked up in someone's whirlwind. All right, you need to keep a cool head, a clear head, so that you can ask all the questions that need to be asked so that you have the most information to make the best decision. After all, if you're trying to work your way to become a project manager in the construction industry, you need to learn to slow down and ask questions. Information is your best friend. You need to get all the information you need because, as you know, as project managers, we make decisions all the time. And it's not always based on how much money. Okay, there's other factors, and I'll talk about that in another video or another stream. All right, so yes, shit rolls downhill. It really, really sucks, but learn from it, guys. Okay, like I said about this channel, I want to build this community so that we can learn from each other, so we don't make the same mistakes that someone else made and cost their company money. Let's avoid that. Let's help each other out. Okay, let's succeed together. That's what this is all about. Okay, because if you're at each other's throat all the time, it's not always good. It's not always going to be productive. You guys need to work together. Now, I know some companies do have that mentality of this project manager against that project manager, or this team versus that team. Now, I kind of understand, and especially the way the country works a lot of times is that we got the it's competition. It's always competition. We need to be better than the next guy, which is true. I do like that mentality. I am a very competitive person. It might not seem like it, but I am a very competitive person. But at the same time, you need to work as a team. It's not that you should be better than your counterpart over there or better than everyone else in the office. It should be that you guys work together to make the company as a whole better against the competitors, because if your company, your organization wins the battles, that means you're going to have a bigger profit. Now, if you are involved in a company that has profit sharing, there's no incentive. There should not be any incentive of even considering you guys competing against each other. You guys should be helping each other, because the more jobs you guys can get done, and trust me, working together works a lot better than working against each other, trying to be all cutthroat. If you guys work together, you guys can get more projects done, increasing the profit, increasing the money in your pocket from profit sharing. All right, guys? So that's what, honestly, this is all about. We just need to make sure that we're all working together towards the same goal. All right? And I think for next time, we're going to talk a little bit about what you need to look for in the job that you are going into. And like we've kind of touched on, that there's different things, different aspects of construction that you can go into. And there's 5. If you go back, can't remember. I want to say it's my leadership video. It's probably like the second or third video that's on my channel. I'm probably going to do something a little more updated because it's so just kind of, I don't know, not monotonous, but anyways, at some point I'm gonna redo that and kind of update it a little bit with more leadership stuff. But anyways, there's 5 things you should be looking for in your job. Now, it might have been designed that way, but you need to be picky about the job that you choose. Now, I understand sometimes, hey, I need to work and this is pretty close to what I've been doing, things like that. Okay, I understand that. But to truly love what you do, I'll go over the 5 things that you need to look for in a project, or not even in a project, but in an organization. Not even in an organization, but I'll tell you the 5 things that you need to look for your own job, like for your employment. Okay, doesn't have to. This doesn't even pertain to just project management, guys, or just the construction industry. This applies to all industries everywhere. If you're gonna go work for someone, this is something that should be very close, so that you should hold very close. And these are the standards that you should probably look at when you're going into even a new field. Because I know there are some people who are leaving one thing, one career that they've had for decades, even sometimes, and to go into something else because they feel it's more fulfilling. And that's going to be part of what I discuss on the next one. So today's Wednesday. So look for it on Saturday, my next stream. And we'll talk about that. The 5 things that you need to look for in your next employer or in the next job that you take. All right, guys. So that's pretty much all I have for now. And yes, shit rolls downhill. And it fucking sucks. But like I said, use it as a learning opportunity. And trust me, if you go into the field with the right mentality, you will not work a day in your life, guys. You will just be able to enjoy it. Now, of course, just like life has when life gives you lemons, yeah, there's gonna be the same thing. But hey, for the most part, if you can enjoy it and make it, like I said, an opportunity to learn new things or learn something about something else, how is it so bad? So with that, I have one other thing. Hang on, let me get this pulled up, guys. I saw this over this last weekend and I was like, wow, it is spot on, guys. Hang on a second. Let me get this over to you. All right. Da, 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 da. Where are you? Where are you? There you are, right? Sorry, I'm leaving the screen for just a second here. Yeah, there it is. There's no sound to this, but trust me, it's fucking. I saw it and I was like, wow, if that doesn't describe project managing, I don't know what does. Ready? Here we go. There's no sound, like I said. All right, let's go. Was that cool? It's exactly what we do, guys. As a project manager, man, we got to manage the schedule. And that means managing the subcontractors, managing our own crew, our own resources, making sure everyone is where they are, when they're supposed to be there, and doing what they're supposed to fucking do. That is project management. That little clip just sums it up. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how old that is, but I just found it. Man, and yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I saw it and I just couldn't believe it. Because sometimes I talk to my wife, it's like, or even when I'm talking to someone else, it's like, well, what do you do? Oh, I'm a project manager at the construction company. Oh, okay, yeah. But really, what does it entail? Boom, there it is right there. That's exactly what it is. Just keeping people where they're supposed to be and resources where they're supposed to be at the right time and at the right place. All right. So I thought that was kind of cool. That was kind of fun. So anyways, next time we'll talk about the 5 things that you should be looking for in your next job. All right. So with that, I'm going to leave you guys. till next Saturday, 3:30 Pacific time. Thanks for watching CPM Zone, guys. If you enjoyed this video, if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my videos, or to subscribe to the channel, so that we can have a chat and you can know exactly when I'm going to be on again, or when I release a new video, which hopefully I've been busy as fuck lately, but I'm going to have some downtime and then for the next couple weeks. So let's see if we can get anything on the channel, if content wise. All right, guys. So like I said, please do me a huge favor. Like my videos, like my streams, so that we can get more stuff done, and it really helps the channel. You guys have no idea, it really does. And subscribe so that you can join me here whenever I go live, and whenever when, yes, when, not if, but when I drop new videos. All right, guys. So remember, always, when you guys are out there walking around on the job site, hell, sometimes even in the damn trailer or the office, you guys, all right, no matter what you do, make sure you're wearing your PPE, masks out there, and social distance. We're still in this fucking pandemic that we need to be done with to get completely 100% back to normal. All right, guys? Don't forget, always wear your PPE, keep your head on a swivel, stay alert at all times on the job site, and stay safe.